I am ready. I need a little bit of wreath therapy. Okay. So we're going to be doing the Life in Bloom tonight. Well, I didn't know where. There it goes. Okay. So it's this side. I guess I could move my drink out of the way, couldn't I? All right. So, let me get y'all kind of think about right there. All right. So how are y'all tonight? This is our newest kit. I don't think that's the right one. Sometimes it takes a minute to show up. All right, so I already cut the mesh. We have a burlap mesh and a pink mesh. So you can see this, the colors are in the sign. It also has yellow. So our kind of focal ribbon has the burlap color, and then it has the yellow and the pink. Then we have pink and the Swiss dots. It has Swiss dots on it. I love Swiss dots. Do y'all like Swiss dots? I am a big Swiss dot fan. I don't know why, I've just always liked it. So, all right. So that's our sign. So we'll set it over there. And, oh, we just restocked the perfect tails if you've been looking for them. So I thought I would show you how I do my ribbon, because I usually do all this, you know, before we get on. But I thought tonight I would share. I like to conserve time, right? So I like to make it as fast as possible and still be great. Mama is not good, but we're trying to get her into a specialist. So I put two together, just like this. I try to keep this one kind of in the middle, and then I do 9 total. So this is 6. This makes it so much faster. 7, 8, and 9. So this is a 12-inch one. I like to do 12-inch. It's not too big and it's not too small. So I really like it. So once you get them out, you just push the little tail out. And then you can cut where it folded over that perfect tail. Okay. Just like this. And then that quickly we cut 2 together. Thank you. Yeah, she's not feeling so hot. I think she was going to try to come on. She's not feeling very well. Okay. I need to cut some more ribbon and take it over there to keep her mind occupied. I think she does better when her mind is occupied. Then she's not thinking about how she feels so much. Okay. Here we go. Alrighty. Thank you. Prayers are always appreciated. Okay. So we got it all cut up. You see how quick that was to cut all of that ribbon that quickly? Okay. Now, let's see. Put that a little bit closer. I cut these at 30 inches, and what I like is the contrast. Look at the contrast between these two. So we have the burlap kind of natural, right? And then we have this hot pink. So it's a really good contrast. And this has the lighter pink with kind of the splash of the hot pink in it. So it's really going to pick up that hot pink. Okay. So this is the form it comes with, the burlap one. Okay. Thank you. So we'll open it up on the bottom. Thank you. Mama will love that. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I decided not to go because it just wasn't a good time to go. I don't like to go out of town when she's not doing very well. Okay. So we're just going to lay this one flat. I like to kind of throw it over the side of the table if I can. It just kind of keeps it from kind of pulling and rolling up while I'm trying to work. So I'm going to crease the little edge right here. And then I'm going to start pushing up. So all you're doing is gathering. So you remember how when you were in school and you would make those fans and you would fold them back and forth? So it's exactly the same concept. Except you're just kind of pushing it together with your fingers. See? And so you have all that gathered part right here in the middle. And that is where you're going to tie it down. I think sometimes equating it to something that I've done before kind of helps me to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Okay. So I found out today, well yesterday, that they're going to cut some more of my space out. So yay. But they're supposed to come next week. So hopefully after next week, they will be done with our space. And we can actually get organized in here. The space is driving me crazy. We're a mess because we can't move anything because they're still working. Okay, so now we're going to spread our mesh out together. This really helps a lot. So people ask me all the time, how do you get your wreath to look so full? This is how I make it look full. This right here, this is the trick. I did cut curls. So what I like to do, hey, that's what you do. You take care of your parents just like they took care of you. That is my firm belief. Okay. So we're going to take the opposite colors. So we're going to take the burlap and put it in with the pink and the pink in with the burlap. What that does is kind of spread our colors out so that it's not like tan, pink, tan, pink, tan, pink. It kind of makes it all together. The sign says Life in Bloom. You see? Okay. So we'll take our ribbon, fold it in half. Oh, happy birthday, Rhea. Okay. And we'll put it down. Yes, it will have a full look on the Dollar Tree wreath, even if using the same method. So the trick with this method is pulling these mesh up together. That's the whole trick. Because what it does is it keeps the mesh standing up. So even if you have a flatter wreath frame, which is what a Dollar Tree is, you're still going to get more projection because you're making that mesh stand up together. So, yep, it definitely helps. Okay, we'll have to make one. I wonder if I have a Dollar Tree wreath around here, I'll make one tomorrow. Okay. Alrighty. Or maybe we'll make it on the one of the wreath boards, because those are even flatter than the Dollar Tree ones. So you can see. Okay, so we pull our ribbons like this. Now if you have a really pretty patterned ribbon, you can put it on top. But I think you can still see the little bit of pattern on this. Can you see? So I don't really think I have to do that with this one. Then we'll just move on to the next row. So back to hot pink. The mesh is 30 inches and the curls are 8. So when you cut 30 inches, you will have enough left over to do 10 8-inch curls, which gives you one for each one. So you'll have plenty to do a curl on each one. If you did 20-inch, then you could get pretty close to doing 2 curls. But I really like the 30-inch ruffle. It's just fuller. So with 20-inch, you can get, out of one roll, you can get 18. So if you wanted to just do a wreath with one roll, you would have to cut them at 20 inches. Did you get spoiled at work? That's cool. Okay, we'll do one of the Unique in the Creek boards for sure. Okay. Here we go. I am not a pink fan, y'all, but my mother loves pink. But I do like hot pink more than I like just like light pink. I just, it's brighter. I don't know. I just like it better. But I like these colors together. I love contrast like that. Really kind of just makes it look great when you have that nice contrast. On a Dollar Tree ring. Okay. Yeah, we do have a video on how to do your own wreath form with the Dollar Tree frames. It actually talks about all the different kinds of wreath frames. Although I probably need to update it a little because Unique in the Creek wasn't really out at that time. Or I didn't know about it. Yeah, you want me to show a close-up? Yeah. Okay. I'll see how close I can get. Hold on. As soon as I can get... Oh, I see you finally got your logo back. As soon as I can get my space in here settled, I actually have an over headshot camera set up. And we're going to be doing that as soon as these lovely gentlemen get done with my space. Alright, here, let's see how close we can get. The kit of the month is fresh cherries. We did it, when did we do it? Like the first, right around the first. Okay, so let's see. I can zoom just into this spot. Okay. All right. So you're going to start with your thumbs back here. Okay. And you're just going to push. You see how it makes that little piece right there? Kind of like a gather, right? And then I'm pushing again. And you can just kind of keep pushing like this. So this is a slow motion of what I'm doing. Push, get that little gather right there. Push, get that gather, push. You see how when I was talking about when you do those paper when you're young, it is exactly the same. Push. So I'm getting about this much of a gather on it, like that. When I get to the end, I just kind of tuck that edge under. So, you can see right there what it looks like. How was that? That help you? Okay. And then, we'll just gather it. And they do love to stick to each other. So, yep. There. You see how it kind of helps stand each other up? All right, now let's we'll just kind of open it up. Whoops. Okay, hold on. There. Sometimes my Mevo doesn't like it when I try to do it with one hand. Which bow makers? The big bow makers? We have some in. They are listed. Okay. So you see, this is what I'm doing. It's just much quicker. But you can see each one of these is one of those little, like what, 1/2 inch little gathers. We do have the big bow maker and the little one. We have both. Mama's not feeling so hot, y'all, and we can't get her in until like March 3rd, which is ridiculous. But so she's gonna have to deal with it for a whole month. It's not cool. Not cool. Okay. Alrighty. Oh no, I'm sorry, Betty. That's terrible. So the beige is a jute mesh. So you can tell, hold on a second, I'll show you. You can tell the difference, okay? When you look at these meshes, okay? So, this mesh, when you look at it, it has little jute strings in it. That's what makes up jute mesh, okay? You see those little jute strings? This is metallic mesh. So it has that string of metallic in it. All mesh is basic, they just add extra stuff to it. So they all have this weave pattern. It's just dependent upon what is in that weave pattern that makes it stronger. So when you put jute or metallic in it, it's automatically stronger because it has that extra piece in there that keeps it from fraying, right? The jute mesh is also thicker, so it's stiffer, you could say. So when you feel it, it's a totally different texture than this. Yep. You know, it's always tough because it's not tough on our loved ones, it's tough on us, the ones that are still here. It's hard, and no matter how much you think you're prepared, you're not. Okay, there we go. This one's gonna be pretty. Okay. Look at that, it wants to twist up. There we go. Hey. Okay. Straight up. Yeah, so I'm dying for them to get our space finished because we got a Thunder laser, and I am dying to crank that sucker up and run some stuff through it. It's killing me. This gorgeous big machine is sitting over in the corner, and I can't play with it because I can't plug it in. Stressed. I'm stressed. It's very stressy. Jute mesh is a little bit easier to work with. I agree. Jute mesh is my favorite. I love jute mesh. Yeah. It's sturdy. And of course all this stuff does well outside, so no need to worry about that. You see how it likes to stick together? So if you don't pull it out, then it has a tendency to get kind of stuck together. And then it's not going to give you the nice big fluff that you want. You see how adding the opposite color kind of helps spread that color around? I like that. I like that. Yeah, I have lots of old videos out there. I've been at this for what, 5 years? Doing videos anyways. I've been making wreaths a lot longer, but... Okay. Although when I started, I just did grapevines because they didn't have mesh then. Yeah, this morning when we left the house, hi, it was freezing. It was like, what was it? Like 30 degrees and everything was frosted. The windows were frosted. The whole car was frosted. The lawn was frosted. And then when we left later this afternoon, when we went to do homeschool, it was like 60 something. So, I just wish it would make up its mind. Let's be hot or let's be cold. But 30-degree change, it's kind of hard to dress when you have a big change like that. Well, I don't know why I say that. I don't really wear anything except short sleeves. I'll wear a sweater if it gets really cold. But just the kind that you can like put over your clothes and then take off. Because I get hot. Okay. So we're almost done with the bottom. Do you watch the Weather Channel on your days off? I would be crazy if I watched the Weather Channel. Most of the time, I don't even know what's happening. Unless, of course, we're supposed to get snow. And then I get super excited. And it's only happened once in the last, like, 5 years. So when I go a little bit crazy, it's because it never happens here. I lived in Virginia, Richmond, Virginia for years. And we had a pretty good amount of snow. So I got to see it every year. I was born in Pennsylvania. But I've spent most of my life in the deep south. So, snow is not really something we get on a regular basis. Alright, so on this last one, you have to do both sides. Alright, you see how this one just looks kind of squashy, but when we pull it up against this other one, then it's not going to do that anymore. This is why I take that extra few minutes to do this. So now you can see both of them. When I finish a wreath, where do I put them? they're hanging on the wall in here. Sometimes my employees take them home. Y'all, I am so bad. I need to get these things listed. Reba, did you sign up on, did you sign up through YouTube or did you sign up through Kajabi? If you signed up through Kajabi, you won't see it. If you signed up through YouTube, you will. Okay. Okay. But yeah, email Casey and she can look and see what it is. See, I like these colors together. You have that nice contrast, and I like the yellow in it. It's just pretty. Yeah, it's wreath therapy for me. Yeah, the reason I got in to doing, especially like videos and making the wreath and stuff, is because I had this very stressful job. I was a chief financial officer and chief operating officer and chief compliance officer at a hospital, small hospital, and it was very stressful. So I would come home at night and I would make wreaths because it soothed me, and then I would take them and I would put them on my door at the hospital. People would walk down the hall and they would buy them off my door. So I just started making them more and more and more often. And at that time, my kids were very into YouTube. That was like the thing. And they were like, Mom, you should make a video. So I did. And it just sort of took off from there. And it's been the best thing ever. And I'll tell you, it's a lot more fun to make wreaths than it is to make budgets. And try to figure out how to pay for everything. The hospital did not have the most money, so it was tough. There were times when it was, you know, are we going to be able to pay everything? It was nerve-wracking, but they're doing better now, so that's really good. So if you're going to do the woodland ruffle, I usually do it at about 34 inches. If you want to add the curls on, then you probably would want to do 30 inches so that you would still have enough left to do the curls, and then just do 8-inch curls. So you would do it just like this, except you would do the woodland ruffle. That might be fun, to do the woodland ruffle and then add curls on top. We'll have to try that. That's a good idea. Yes, people that do crafts are less stressed. Absolutely. See? And there are tons of people who are not crafty or who don't have time, and they can take those beautiful creations off your hands. And then you can make more. Okay, so I have my 2 little curls here, and then we spread our ribbons out side to side. That way we can see more of the pretty ribbon. Because it is all about the ribbon. The reason I use 12-inch tails is because I still want to see my mesh. So I went through all the trouble of putting the mesh on. I don't want to put so much ribbon on that I can't see the mesh, because then it's like, well, you could just use any method you want if you're going to just see ribbon and nothing else. So that's why I don't like my ribbon really long, because I want to be able to see everything. This is like the best combination, right? So you can still see the ribbon, but you can still see the mesh. Kind of the best of both worlds. Yes, I have a video that explains all the different kinds of mesh. I sure do. I have a video that shows you like, what is it, like 8 or 9 ways to use, or 11 ways to use 10-inch mesh, which is what we're using today. Tomorrow in the design group, I will be on Facebook and YouTube, and it will also go to Kajabi. So, all of the above. I stream to like 3 places. There we go. So when you're putting it on the top, you always want to make sure that you kind of separate the top from the bottom, because they'll want to intermingle and push the bottom down. Do I ever use 6-inch mesh? So the problem with 6-inch mesh is you just have to use a lot more of it. So I don't know. I don't use it that often. Sometimes if I'm going to make a smaller wreath, like a pixie wreath or something like that, then absolutely I will use it. And there are videos where I have done stuff with the 6-inch mesh. The problem is by the time you use the 6-inch mesh, you've pretty much spent the same amount as getting a 10-inch mesh. So once I figured that out, I was like, well, I'm just going to use 10-inch. Because I was thinking bigger is better. Not always, but often. Okay. Well, thank you. That's so sweet. Okay. If you're not sure what platform you're on, yep, email Casey. She'll be able to tell you. And she can make sure you have all of the links that you need. If you're in the YouTube group, then I post it on Thursdays before I go live, and it'll have the link to the live. Let me pull this up just a tiny bit. So that way, you know, you can go right to it. Facebook, it just goes right on the group. And then we always have replays on Kajabi, which is our library. So we always have replays in our library. And it has everything from way back when we first started it, which is a long time ago. Yeah, that's a very good point. 6-inch for table centerpieces is awesome. Also, it works really great for, have you ever done the little candle, I call them candle swags, where you just have a little something going around the candle? 6-inch works great for that too, because it doesn't stick out real far. It's not overwhelming. So I am live in the design group on Thursdays at 7, but there's someone live almost every day in the design group, so there's a lot. We have Rachel on Monday. We have alternating Rachel and Lisa on Tuesdays, Susan on Wednesday, I'm on Thursday, and Melissa is on Fridays. So we just have all kinds of people. And we're very glad to have you. Oh, and we're going to pick a shorts winner tonight from the emails. Who's excited? Because boy, do we have quite a lot of ribbon shorts to gift someone wonderful. You'll be getting quite a bit. Oh, awesome. I love my new aprons. Which yellow mesh? Mesh doesn't really come in larger, but ribbon does. Mesh only comes in 10 yards. Ooh, I wish they did come in bigger. Oh, 21 inch. I tell you right now, it's easier to get 21 inch yellow than it is to get 10 inch. No one has 10 inch. The very little bit they had, I bought out. I'm hoping when I go to my wholesalers soon that they're going to have some yellow. And then I'm going to scarf it up, run it to my car. All you have to do is be on our email list. That's it. That's all you have to do. Nothing else. As long as you receive our emails, then you are eligible to get. So when I say shorts, let me show you what I mean. So, just for example, so this is the leftover ribbon that I had just from doing the bow the other day. So that'll go in the shorts. This is a short. When we cut the 50-yard rolls, like see here's a short, we always have leftover because I like to cut on the larger side and not the shorter side. So there's never exactly 50 yards in any of them. There's more like 48 or 49, and so that extra 3 or 4 yards we put in the shorts. So that's what we're going to be giving away once a month. And if you're in our design group, we pick a cubby every month, and that cubby gets a free wreath kit and some shorts. So we need to pick one of those too. We've been so short-staffed, I have not had time to do some of the stuff I would like to do. So we're just a tad behind on that, but we will get to it this week. I feel like I have a found week because I wasn't planning on being here. So I feel like I don't have any excuses not to do it. Okay. How do I decide where to place my ribbon? So you mean when I'm putting them on the wreath? So when you're tying your ruffles down, there's an opening, right, on both sides where you ruffled it up. So when you tie that down, then it's natural to put the ribbon right here. I tend to like to put the larger ribbon in this direction because there is that opening, so it just goes better there. And then I put the smaller ones on the side. I just do that because they don't compete with each other. It fits a little better. No matter which way you do, anytime you're tying it on this frame, you're creating a little gap right in the middle where you tie things. It's just better for the larger pieces. Your mama's watching? Well, hi, Mama. Hi, Susan's mama. What'd you make tonight, Susan? Did you make your big bows? Susan was on. I didn't get to watch because I was editing a video. So we're in the new place. We have all of the walls done. All of our furniture is being delivered. We got our cash register today, and we are starting to get supplies in for all the fun stuff we're going to do. We got our alcohol ink in today. So we've already gotten paint and some other stuff, and I am working on getting the pictures uploaded to the website of what we're gonna do. I know one of our first wreath projects is gonna be a lemon wreath. I am so excited. It's gonna be really cute. Okay, there we go. Okay, I always have to spend a minute and fix the bottom, because when it's kind of squashing the bottom, it also kind of messes up the top. Your mom is watching too? Very cool. We do love her crazy daughter. Well, hi, your mama too. I think my mom said she was going to watch, but she may just not be feeling very well. She was not feeling well today. I think nights are a little bit worse than during the day. Okay. There we go. Oh, I super love. Of course, you know, this entire wreath was built around that ribbon. The ribbon with the little pink and yellow flowers. Yep, that was my inspiration for the whole thing. I don't blame you. We'll pick up some stuff for you if you see something you really have to have. I know, Mama's not feeling very well. She hasn't been feeling very well lately, so she's at home. And it's been, honestly, it's been such a mess up here that I don't want to bring her up here with her walker and chance her slipping on something. Is we've had to move all the stuff around while they've been working on, you know, the wall and all that. Look how pretty. Look how pretty that is. Look at that. Oh! Let's see if you can see those colors a little better. Oh! Alright. It's time for bow. It's bow time. And not the bow food. My mom lives with me. My mom and dad live with me. And my dad comes to work with me every day. That man is here every day. And I think he gets irritated when I'm teaching school because he doesn't get to come back. So, thank you. So we're going to put some of the extra rolls, little curls in the bottom. This will help us to keep it kind of fluffed up. Let's get out. Yeah, she does. She lives with me. They both do. They have their own little, like they have, we have an upstairs and a downstairs master. So they have a master and we have a master. And they have like a little sitting room. So we spend more time in their sitting room than, well, I spend more time in their sitting room than I spend in our family room upstairs, but that's kind of how it should be. Okay. I do enjoy my parents. Okay, so we're going to fold it over, cut toward that wired edge. Always cut towards the wired edge, and then you won't have that problem with that weird little thing you can get, the point. That's what I mean. Alright, so let's do like 8-inch tail. What'd y'all think of that bow where we kind of mixed styles? Wasn't that fun? So we'll do 6-inch. I got home last night and I said, "Is that your bow, Mom?" And she said, "Of course." I knew it would be hers. Okay. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and spread them out. Let's put the yellow on top. Let's put the tan next. So we'll do one of this little, I love this Swiss dot. I also just like the feel of the texture of that little Swiss dot. Okay. Alright, now we're going to do our little cute little flowers. And we'll go to 5 inches. Okay. Go right there. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. There we go. If you're not sure, you can just pull them up and make sure they match. So each time we get to the center, we're twisting it. Now this pattern is kind of all over the center, so you don't really need to twist this pattern to get it correct. When I'm doing a wreath where I have a bow and a sign, I don't generally like to do my tails really long because then it kind of overwhelms it. Different ways to use your Bodabra. Oh, when I do the next bow thing, yes, I have to find my Bodabra. That'll motivate me to find my Bodabra. Okay. That yellow is going to pop really well, so we're going to put that at the top. There we go. Okay. We've got our zip tie down here already. So we'll get that started. We're just going to get it enough to get it out of here. Oh yeah, we do that a lot. So the reason that we put the mesh in with the bows is because, let me see, let me show you just real quick. I know I have a bow around here. Yes, okay. So here's a bow, all right? When you put it in and you tie it down, do you see how it just kind of sits and is actually kind of almost sunk into the wreath? When you have a bow with mesh and you put it, it won't sink. It's not going to sink down in there because that mesh is going to prevent it. All right, so we make sure that we are in the groove that the bow maker made, as that'll make sure that all of our loops will stay the size that we made them. Okay, make it tight. I love Swiss dot too. Okay, and then we'll twist and pull all of our tails in the front. Always start from the bottom. You see how these two kind of want to stay together? Just pull them like that. And it'll break it from getting stuck like that. There. See how pretty it is when you fluff? So that's a fluff side, that's an unfluff side. Definitely a difference when you fluff it. Okay. So we'll do that again. You see how these two kind of want to stick together? Just pull them apart, just like that. And then do your little fluff, and they're way more likely to stay apart. See? Okay. Oh yeah, we gotta have good tricks to make sure we can see our bow. Because when you're making a bow, and it's the same colors as the wreath, one way to keep it so that you can still see that it's a bow and not part of the wreath is to put that mesh under it. And just kind of plump it up a little bit. Okay, so the way I tie it. So remember, there's an opening here and there's an opening here. So I'll just kind of maneuver with my hands to feel where that opening is, and I'll go right down to where the frame is. Tie it down. Okay. And then I'll kind of fluff it back up a little. And we'll deal with the tails in a second. Now, watch this. Okay, so you can see what it looks like. See the difference? It's a huge difference, right? That's the trick. Alright, so let's do our tails here. So run our hands under it. For these, especially the yellow, let's curl it up. Just like that. Just gives it that little bit of personality. Okay. So I'm just using my thumbs to lightly, like, put my thumb in there. Okay. And I just kind of roll it around my thumb and then just lightly pull it out. And it's that easy. Okay. But you see what a big difference it makes just putting that mesh on there? It is a big difference. It sure is. And it's so easy. I mean, it's like, it's nothing. You already have the mesh. It's already extra. It takes nothing just to plop it in the bottom. Okay. Now look how pretty that is on here. Oh. All right. So let's get our sign on. Oh, we also restocked hole punchers. Okay, so we're just going to punch a hole in the side. I love this little watercolor splash. I think I have more fun making the backgrounds than anything else. I like the backgrounds. Okay, so then we're going to take 26 gauge wire. You see how thin this is? It just makes it easier to hide. And you get these in a paddle. You can get them from Amazon, Hobby Lobby, and it'll last a long time. So one of these little paddles lasts me a long time. And it's probably like, what, $5 or $6 for one of these paddles? Yeah, one roll of each mesh. Okay, so then I'll pull it through and I'll match the edges so I kind of double it up. And then I'm just going to twist it just to keep that wire from moving. Yeah, the sign is going to make it pop. And so you'll see, so what I did is this is kind of understated on the sign, right? This little bit of hot pink. So that is the mesh color that we used. If we used a light pink on this, then this sign, for one, is not going to pop. The pink ribbon is not going to pop, and the yellow or the tan would not pop. So you have to be, when you're picking out your colors like this, you have to be careful because you want to keep in mind that you have to have some type of slight difference between your sign and your mesh, or the sign is not going to stand out from the mesh. Okay, so we're going to do each side. For this side, we're going to use our friend, the weaving needle, who is nice and flexible. So we put the wire in just like we're threading a needle. And the great thing is we're going to push it right down through the mesh. It's not going to hurt the mesh at all. And how quick was that? That was like seconds, right? And then I'm just going to tie it around the frame. Did I take that off? Oh, that was a leftover. I was about to have a panic attack. I thought I took a thing off. No, that was leftover ribbon that I had moved. Yeah, so I did put, so in the back here, what you're seeing is paint splatters. So when I made the background, I did like a little Swiss dot, and then I did a plain pink, and then I did these paint splashes in the back. It has pink, bright pink, and yellow. So yes, that's exactly what you're seeing. It is like somebody took a paintbrush and went that's right. Good eye, Betty. Okay. This one, I can just kind of sneak under the bow and come over to this side and tie it off. There we go. Just like that. Okay. Alright, now look. Let's see if we can get you really close. Can you see that sign now? Where it has those little paint splashes? There's our bow. See the paint splashes? There's the bow. Alright, gotta do our shake. It's good. It's not going anywhere. It'll look like it's gonna go somewhere, but it's not gonna move from that spot. Let's pull y'all up. Let's see. Can you see it now? Awesome! Yeah, it does. The sign makes it pop. So that was the whole purpose, right? So you see how when you're looking at it, you can really see this sign because you have all this bright color in the back, but then the sign is light. But it still has these pops of color that help mesh it all together. Right? Isn't that pretty? Awesome. I love this. I love this little. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. All right. Night, Linda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I did do the gnome, welcome gnome, and he will be up tomorrow. I'm almost done editing him. And then, so that'll be, no, he'll be up Friday night. And then Saturday, this one will be up. Saturday, this one will be up. The Welcome Spring. I love this one. I super love this one. It's because I am obsessed with this mesh. I love this mesh. I loved it so much I had to do 2 separate kits with it. Because I just loved it. Okay. Alright, well I hope y'all have a wonderful night. All my kits cost $42. So, definitely, it's definitely priced so that you can sell it. So, yep. So you shouldn't have any problems. Thank you. It does pop, right? I think so too. All right. Well, I hope y'all have an absolutely wonderful night. And don't forget, tomorrow is at 4. I'm thinking about making it 5, but I won't do it this week. So that's Designing Gals Thursday. So I'll come on at 4. And we'll do either a Dollar Tree frame or a... do I have one of those in here? Yeah. So we'll either do a Dollar Tree or one of the Unique in the Creek boards. Alright. I think Dollar Tree has something similar to Thank you. I try really hard to keep my prices reasonable. So, all right, y'all have a great night. Thank you for watching. And I'll see y'all tomorrow at 4. And for the cubbies, I'll see you again at 7.